Right, now in this video, just going to take you through a quick little look at this here wake winch. Alright, welcome back to another video everybody. I'm Sam Price from Access Enterprises down here in New Zealand. As mentioned in the intro, this is just a pretty plain and simple look at the latest winch I've built under the name of Tugg Winches. What you'll see here, let's start with the power of the thing. 6.5 horsepower motor. This is pretty much a universal and consistent number for wake winches, has been for years and years and years. It offers the most power, the most ease of access to motors. These typically will run forever as long as this little bit of loose servicing, like in particular oil checks. That's really the only thing that can go wrong with them that I've seen. Of course, fuel quality and things like that more affects just the actual operation of the motor. Very easy to service yourself, keep clean. And then of course we're running through a torque converter here on the side of the motor. Those little centrifugal clutches will work, but they only work properly at full throttle and you'll just burn them out otherwise. So it's a torque converter every time on a wake winch. Now the frame itself, this is a little bit different to most winch builds. This is a wood, it's actually a marine glassed plywood frame. I find this is obviously going to eliminate any rust issues. It is light. The overall winch weight is about 40 kilos, which I think is, I don't know, for you Americans out there, I think it's about 80, probably 90 pounds, which I would consider pretty light for one of these. Of course, you've got a motor, you've got a drum, you've got a torque converter, you've got the frame itself all attached to it, so there is considerable amounts of weight involved in building one of these. And overall I think this is just a great package. Looks good, easy to fix if there are any issues. It has a one-off molded fiberglass cover on the top. This is not a hugely structural part of the winch, more just used as a splash guard for the actual operator of the winch. Up front we have a fair lead. These we have run hard guides before, which are just bloody hopeless. The rope will chew those out in no time. You've got to run a roller fair lead basically every single time on these. They are very cheap and they're also very reliable and will last a long time. In terms of rope, we've got a 300 kilo 3mm Dyneema in there. Quite expensive rope, but very light, very strong, won't have any issues with the rope. And of course under the cover, the drum itself is a one-off alley built drum. Just a beautiful piece of work really. Of course there's not going to be any rust issues there. It does run at about the right weight. Of course the gearing on this here winch with the torque converter allows you to be able to pull a wakeboarder from a wet start out of the water without any real drama, and will pull a skimboard up to about 50 kilometers an hour. Now you can of course adjust the gearing on these with another gear or sprocket or something, but I find that is the best user-friendly speed for day-to-day use. Now, and lastly, with this here winch build, this one's actually off to Australia, so it's getting on the boat and heading to Victoria, the state of Victoria. A winch like this here in New Zealand is going to run you $2,950 NZ, plus of course freight to wherever you're going. You can ship them worldwide if need be. Really simple units, very durable units. We can of course add anything you want to it, and I will be in the future possibly looking at building composite drums, which should be able to drop a bit of overall weight to the frame, and a bit of remodeling. I would more like to go to a square design for the box itself. It's just going to be a bit easier to manage and build covers and things for. So yeah, I mean, any questions feel free to ask down below in the comment section, or feel free to get in touch to me at sam@accessenterprises.com. I'm Sam Price. I'll see you at the beach.